today we will be discussing a case study on a capital budgeting. So we have already discussed on this. So now say me, what is your understanding on it?
Capital budgeting is another name for the long term source that is crucial. Like here, we will be talking about the high capital involvement. So, capital budgeting is that we can say so that the high precision products we can miss it often, and at the end, whatever the decision that will involve in the project management.
Okay, fine. So the capital budgeting is actually an action plan that we are making in order to make a decision whether to invest inside a business or not to invest inside a business. So now today in this case study, the concept is that we have a company called ABC Limited. They haven't invested a time in their capital budgeting concept. So they are facing a difficulties in making a payback and difficulties in meeting their supplier needs, customer needs, and all these things. So now you must say what can this company can do to overcome these difficulties in a case study based concept. So now you come up with an idea on what shall the ABC Limited can do in this regard to overcome the difficulties that they have faced due to the lack of investment of time in their capital budgeting concept. So, yes, shall we start?
So, as they have low production, they can plan according to the amount of investment or amount of budget they have, ma'am. According to the budget, they can do the production. After gaining the profit from the low production unit, they can, with the profit amount, they can invest more in production and they can satisfy the wants and needs of the customer, ma'am.
The second thing is like through analysis about the market, because when we are discussing capital budgeting for this reason or take any of the high projects, it is most important responsibility of a business to analyze about its capital, because the capital will lay down its foundation as well as it will determine the health of other activities. So if they want to build the organization at a basic level, firstly they have to do thorough analysis on what would be the best capital for them, instead of just for namesake doing it. They have to analyze overall the market about the company's growth history, what has been happening in the previous times, and what are the competitors like in other companies. And secondly, it's about the human asset. Obviously, without the employees, the organization's work and the activities cannot be carried on. So they have to ensure that even if the company goes for a loss, what would have been done for the employees so that they don't leave the company. Because once the bottom activities are shut down, then the company will go for a loss. Even when we hide some funds for some things, like push out some equity or shares, so they will have to work on it. Because without human assets, no activities can be carried. The third thing is like about the wastages in material. So because stock is one of the most important things in a production business, and accumulation of stock will also lead to investment. So ensuring what has to be maintained properly. So what happens is stock has to be maintained accurately so that it shows that they have to correct account. And what they produce, they have to produce exactly. So market about what activities are currently progressing and what would be in the future. They have to analyze it so that they can do it accurately, and capital budgeting will also be sufficient. And talking about the human resource, it is important to analyze everything going on and about the raw
Okay, fine.
materials.
Manu, what is your idea?
Budget to do more production. Okay, they have to find out the right partner who will be fixing up with the plans of the business. Yes, very important. So, if they need to project, they can mainly ask for they can mainly issue a share. Okay, they can opt out for any of the financial sources to overcome the constraints. Okay, fine. So these are the things. So we have discussed on four types of techniques. Do you people remember? Four types of budgeting. Same what are budgeting payback period, net present value,
summing up, as I told earlier, visualization is very important. Now we'll have four important aspects like NPV, net present value, payback period, and cash flow. So NPV, to analyze the net present value, it is very important because currently what is going on and what we have to update in the future is very important. Payback period, so businesses have to ensure that there is no loss, because what happens if they invest more than what they have to get in return, and if it goes down, obviously the business will not be on an upper level. Thirdly, cash flow. Cash flow have to be very continuous in an organization, because at any point of time businesses should not go with a loss. And well, on a long period businesses period, so analyzing all these things, present value is also important. Payback has to be very efficiently completed, so that the investment is also good, and what amount of return that we have to get is also good. The amount of maintenance of accounts and what activities are currently progressing is also very important. If businesses keep a track about all these activities, they can ensure that the capital budgeting will also be efficient, and at the end the businesses will also grow.
Thank you.